let us come together and build it. We want to come together and build it, and build a society that is just. We are not excluding anybody.
I think the question was about, this was also a question that I can ask you as a Palestinian, which steps that we can take to get the support of Palestinians, because I think also Palestinians, most of the Palestinians, I think that I know, they are not supporters of the idea, because they have to pay some price there. That's about their political identity. They think they are losing their political identity in one state solution, so they are not building a Palestinian state, and this is one of the problems. It's also, I think, of the other side, one of the problems for the Jewish people, the Israelis. And this is, I think, what was the question is, which steps can we take as, if we are supporters of the idea, which steps we can take to gain other people, or to have the support of other people.
Yeah, in any movement, you are going to have basic vision. We only could give you the basic vision. We have that basic vision, that is the 10 points that I explained, and that has been adopted throughout for the last 15 years. If you think you are a supporter of this vision, get together, organize your activities that you think will get you there, educate yourselves about the facts, dream of, and here I am using the dream again, although it might be a utopia, but a dream of points, activities that will bring this solution about. It's not, by the way, I am not, some people might still accuse me of being a dreamer, but a realist. It might not happen in my lifetime, but sure enough, I want to plant that seed. It took the Zionists more than 50 years to establish Israel. I want to learn something positive from the Zionists. I want to be patient, deliberate, and hopefully accomplish the ODS in a shorter period of time. Because between you and I, Israeli Jews and Palestinians deserve a better deal than what we have today. So organize, you are not limited. I could come sit here and tell you, I think you should do this or that. That's not my job. Your job is literally, if you think the vision appeals to you, is to come up with ideas as to activities, programs, what have you, that will bring us closer, to move us closer to realizing the vision. I think this vision, by the way, hopefully, will use peaceful means. And I think the best mean to bring it closer is really the boycott, divestment, and sanctions of Israel. This, if it is practiced, if it is carried out, will bring it closer. South Africa, by the way, it was not changed because the clerk woke up in the morning and said, you know, these blacks are really nice guys and I want to sit with them and transform South Africa into a democratic state. That was not the case. It was because of the activities of people like you that made it very difficult for South Africa to do business as usual. It was for business people in South Africa, business executives in South Africa, being hurt as a result of the activities of people like you, putting pressure on the government of South Africa to change. Let us hope that we could do it in a peaceful way. I really don't want to see bloodshed in our region. We had enough. But I think if we boycott Israel, if we boycott its institutions, its personalities, its products, we could bring it closer and faster.
thank you. I think we need a vision. This is important in order not to lose hope. Still, my question refers to the Jewish support. Like, I can't imagine, but maybe I'm wrong, that if you look to Israel today, nowadays, you must not say Nakba, you go to prison. You cannot speak about what happened in the late 40s. And even the Palestinians in Israel are afraid of speaking about it. The new generation is growing up without knowing anything because the parents are afraid of, and so on. And as you said, there are many noble, kind, and sincere Jews, as here in Switzerland. But also there is the other type, which we see when they are soldiers, how they are brainwashed, and how this generation is not willing to acknowledge what has been done to the Palestinians in the late 40s. So my question is, how do we want, how is it possible to have one democratic state with people who are not willing to acknowledge that Nakba happened to Palestinians? The gap is so big.
You are hitting all of your questions are very, very interesting ones. And I must tell you, I am like you. I don't have complete answers. I don't have perfect answers. However, I also want to borrow on the experience of South Africa. By the way, the beauty of the African National Congress, from the beginning, said they settled the issue of blacks and whites come together and join the struggle. All right? From the beginning, in 1953, the ANC opened its doors to whites to join the struggle for building South Africa. We are learning from that, and we are saying this is a joint struggle. So it is Israeli Jews, it is Palestinians, it is everybody else, including Jews outside. Please join us. It's a joint struggle to change things, restore justice, and build a just society. But even in the case of South Africa, how many whites did you think joined the struggle of the ANC? Very small number. If we are going to wait until the majority of the Israelis who are favored, Israeli Jews who are favored by the system, by the policies, by what have you, to change on their own, oh, we might have to wait for another few centuries. They are not going to change on their own. And do not expect the majority to change. I'm telling you, do not expect the majority to change. However, the situation on the ground is creating indefensible situation, whether you are a Jew, whether you are an Israeli Jew, or whether you are a Christian Zionist. It is so difficult to literally defend the policies on the ground. So what do? We have to shame them. Literally, we have to shame the Israeli government, the Israeli Jews, and the Jews who support Israel outside. Now, let me go into history a little bit. The majority of the Jews were against the establishment of the State of Israel until 1967. The majority of the Jews, and this is, can be backed by statistics. The majority of the Jews they were against the establishment of the State of Israel until 1967. What happened in 1967? The war. They occupied the Sinai, they occupied the Golan Heights, they occupied the rest of, and here the little Israel became a Goliath. Right? So they said to themselves, the state already there, we have to stand by it. But religiously speaking, And here I am, do not consider me as a rabbi or an authority on religion. Judaism as a religion will tell you that Jews are not supposed to return to Palestine until the return of the Messiah, until the coming of the Messiah. It's a blasphemy to go and establish Israel until the coming of the Messiah. What happened? The Zionists literally corrupted the religion in order to accomplish their political program. So now, establishing Israel is enabling, it will speed up the coming of the Messiah. By the way, this is exactly the same philosophy of the Christian Zionists. The Christian Zionists believe in the same nonsense, that we are supposed to bring all Jews to Palestine because by doing that we expedite the return of the Messiah. But in order for the Messiah to come, Armageddon will take place. And who is going to be the father of the Armageddon? The Jews themselves. Either they have an option, either be killed and the blood will be to the bridle of the horse, or they have to convert. By the way, these are anti-Semitic groups that they won't accept Jews for being Jews. They want to convert them or kill them. And you know what? They are the closest to the Israeli state. They are the closest allies of the Israeli government. So when it comes to politics, we are good bedfellows with anti-Semitic people. To go back, it's a struggle that we Jews, Christians, Muslims, none of the above, have to wage together in order to change things for the best of all of us. Now, if the Jewish community is not going to be convinced, ask them, do you really support having streets for Jews only?